Happy Halloween, everybody. It's Rhino here with your Disney News Roundup for the week of October 25th through October 31st, 2020. And we have some hope out there for all of you Disney Cruise Line fans. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has issued a 40-page document outlining the guidelines for a phased approach for the resumption of sailing. According to USA Today, the new guidelines allow ships to resume voyages in U.S. waters beginning Sunday, November 1st. While the ships may resume sailing under this new framework for Conditional Sailing Order, it's believed that it will be some time before passengers are allowed on board. The CDC had this to say regarding the resumption of sailing. During the initial phases, cruise ship operators must demonstrate adherence to testing, quarantine and isolation, and social distancing requirements to protect crew members while they build the laboratory capacity needed to test crew and future passengers. While Disney Cruise Line has not released an official statement regarding their resumption of voyages, the DIS has learned from a reliable source that DCL is ready to set sail and will hopefully resume sailing as early as mid-December. I know lots of people are excited to get back to cruising safely, of course, and I'm sure that Disney is wanting that much-needed influx of cash right now because Adventures by Disney has just extended the cancellation order of most itineraries, including river cruises, through January 31st, 2021. And on top of that, it looks like another Disney park is set to close for some time. On Wednesday afternoon, French President Emmanuel Macron, and I'm sorry, I probably butchered that name. The French president imposed a new nationwide lockdown as the country's coronaviruses continue to surge. Disneyland Paris, which reopened on July 15th after being closed for 4 months, is now closed at the end of day on October 29th. Disneyland Paris released a statement that said the following: in line with the latest direction from the French authorities, Disneyland Paris will be closing end of day on October 29th. In anticipation of celebrating the Christmas holiday season, we'll be taking reservations from December 19th through January 3rd and hope to be open based on prevailing conditions and government guidance at that time. Disneyland Paris will be closed from January 4th through February 12th. Please check back on the website for regular updates. We thank you for your continued loyalty and understanding during this difficult period. It's crazy. I am wishing all the people of France the best, and hopefully everybody can get through this as safely as possible. Now, here at Walt Disney World, more cast members have been laid off. Unfortunately, many of those are part of the Actors Equity Association, which is a union for stage managers and performers. Disney and the Actors Equity went through highly publicized and highly contentious negotiations this summer about returning performers to work safely. Some are again performing in the parks, notably Savi's Workshop and For the First Time in Forever, which is the Frozen sing-along at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Unfortunately, the latest round of layoffs included entertainment cast members from favorites like Festival of the Lion King, Finding Nemo the Musical, and Hoop-Dee-Doo Musical Review, all of which have not operated since the parks closed down in March. Additional cuts include performers from the following: all of the Streetmosphere actors on Main Street USA at Magic Kingdom, the Citizens of Hollywood at Disney's Hollywood Studios, Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor at Magic Kingdom, Beauty and the Beast live on stage, Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular, Green Army Patrol performers in Toy Story Land, Jedi Training Academy Interactive Star Wars Show, the Jedi and Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair dancers, Move It, Shake It, Mouse Could Dance It singers, Turtle Talk with Crush at Epcot. That is all the lists that we have right now. I feel for all of you. It's one hit after the other. Before the pandemic, there were about 780 equity members that were employed at Walt Disney World, either full-time, part-time, or seasonally, and about 60 are currently working or about to return to work in the park. About 720 equity member workers have now been laid off. According to the Orlando Sentinel, the entertainment cuts are a part of the 28,000 company-wide layoffs that were announced by Disney back in September. The Actors Equity Association has released a statement regarding the layoffs of the live performers at Walt Disney World, and of course you can read that full statement on wdwinfo.com. And according to a post by Scott Gustin on Twitter, this brings the Walt Disney World layoffs to over 18,000 people. In our attempt to do everything in our power to help, we are shining the light on small businesses that are owned and operated by laid off and furloughed Disney cast members each day. Again, you can find a list of these shops we featured so far on Walt Disney World on wdwinfo.com. Additionally, Dreams Unlimited Travel, which is the official sponsor of the Diz, is raffling off a 4-night Disney cruise, and 100% of the proceeds from that purchase of raffle tickets is being donated to Second Harvest of Central Florida. Excuse me, I am stumbling over my own words today. So it's called Second Harvest of Central Florida. It is a food bank, and it helps keep those unemployed cast members and, of course, the Universal team members that have also been affected. It helps keep them all fed. Let's not forget about the team members as well, because Universal Studios is also having those hits. So this Walt Disney World layoffs and Disney company layoffs are insane, but they're the big one. Think about everybody else that's affected as well. And again, you can find more information on all of these things that are happening at wdwinfo.com, and all ways that you can help and support team members, cast members, and anyone affected by the layoffs, unfortunately. And speaking as a former frontline attractions cast members, it does always seem like they kind of get the short end of the stick when executive salaries are back to 100% and more cast members are being laid off. It's really hard to stomach that. Some layoffs obviously were inevitable as jobs were being eliminated, but others not so much. So Bernie Sanders has criticized Disney of this in the past, and recently United States Senator Elizabeth Warren sent a letter addressed to both Executive Chairman and Chairman of the Board Robert Iger and Chief Executive Officer Bob Chapek. In the letter, Warren expressed her concerns regarding the company's decision to lay off 28,000 of its cast members during an economic recession while reinstating the salaries of their senior executives. Warren criticized Disney by saying that the company prioritized the enrichment of executives and stockholders through hefty compensation packages and billions of dollars worth of dividend payments and stock buybacks, weakening their ability to retain their frontline cast members. She then stated, while your company has blamed your decision to lay off thousands of workers on California public health measures, which were implemented to prevent the spread of COVID-19 and save lives, nearly 6,400 of the employees you laid off are actually in Florida. And just last week, another 8,857 part-time employees were laid off, also in Florida. The letter concluded with a request for additional information in the form of 7 pointed questions, but not before reiterating Chapek's recent statement of, quote, our ability to do good in the world starts with our cast members who create magic every day. Our commitment to them will always be our top priority. End quote. In response to this statement, Warren said, it appears that prior to and during the pandemic, Disney took good care of its top executive and shareholders, and now it's hanging its frontline workers out to dry. Warren has said Disney won't answer my questions because it has no good answers. The company said it was simply unfeasible to keep paying workers, yet had no explanation for how it was feasible to restore senior executive pay. This back and forth has been going on for a while, so we're just going to have to stay tuned and see what happens. So I think that's where I'm going to leave it today. I know there were other stories that came out this week, a big one being the change in the virtual queue for Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. The Friendship boats are resuming service at Epcot soon. There was some concept art that was released for the archway at Disney World that's changing for the 50th anniversary. There's plenty of other stuff that you can head over to wdwinfo.com, read all about those stories and many more. Read about the stories I spoke about. Really read about anything Disney related over there. wdwinfo.com. And if you are planning a trip to Disney at any point in the future, we do ask that you consider booking with Dreams Unlimited Travel. They are experts at helping you. It costs nothing extra to book with Dreams, and you support the show and the content that we put up. If you like this video, even a little bit, even if you just thought it was meh, if you wouldn't mind just hitting that thumbs up button and maybe consider subscribing to the channel, because there is tons of other Disney related content that we put up here on YouTube. So I hope you are all staying happy, healthy, and safe, and I hope you all have a great week. That is going to do it for me. I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.